So let's recap. A man's father in Nigeria goes to the U.S. Embassy there and warns that his son has become radicalized, that he went to Yemen to be part of some kind of jihad, and that he's concerned that his son might want to do the United States harm. This is called a clue. The man's son subsequently buys a ticket, pays $3,000 cash, no coat, no luggage. These are more clues. But he's allowed to eventually board a flight for Detroit and then tries to blow it up. The president now says U.S. intelligence officials had enough information to stop the suspect before he ever got on that plane, but they didn't. They said they knew all along that al-Qaeda in Yemen wanted to attack the U.S. homeland, but that they failed to connect the dots. Turns out the top official in charge of analyzing terror threats for this country, Michael Leiter, he went on a skiing vacation a day or two after the attempted blowing up of that airliner going into Detroit. Then, a few days later, another man breaches security at Newark Airport, resulting in a version of a Keystone Cops movie. Terminal locked down, thousands of people stranded, they all have to be re-screened. But nobody could find the guy who breached security because, you ask, among other things, the security cameras weren't working properly and, in fact, hadn't been working for several days. The upshot of all this, the Transportation Security Administration has taken responsibility for the security breach. That officer has been reassigned to non-screening duties. In other words, the guy who caused all of that chaos at Newark Airport still has his job. So do all the officials in charge of protecting the flying public. And we, chumps as we are, pay their salaries. Here's the question. How safe do you feel when flying? Go to CNN.com/Cafferty file and post a comment on my blog. Wolf.
I love it, Jack. When you recap, as you always do. A quick question to you, Jack, before I let you go. We're told the president is going to accept responsibility for this situation. Smart idea on his part?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's fine. You know, I think he's a stand-up guy, but nobody's taken a bullet for this. I mean, we had two major screw-ups in a matter of 5 or 6 days, and all of the people in charge of preventing this stuff are still drawing a paycheck. I don't think that would happen at CNN or General Motors or IBM, and it shouldn't happen where the safety of the flying public's concerned, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, and to go one step further, I think all those people responsible for failing to predict what Major Nidal Hassan did allegedly at Fort Hood, Texas. I believe all of them, they're all still working too, I think, getting their salaries.
And
as well, even though there were plenty of warning signs there.
Yeah, the handwriting was all over the wall in that case as well. And yet, you know, we blow blithely along. What is it, 8+ years since 9/11? I think we made some progress. But when something like this happens, there has to be some kind of message sent to the people who are doing this work. This is important. You have got to pay attention. And I think the way you communicate that is you put a paycheck or two in jeopardy, and that gets everybody's attention.
Yeah, and then one link that's common between both of these incidents, Detroit and Fort Hood, this U.S.-born radical cleric in Yemen who apparently had ties with both of these men. All right, Jack, stand by.